We've had 100 compromises proposed in the healthcare reform package. Almost all of them have been weak sauce or just a joke attempt by the healthcare insurance industry, aided and abetted by the politicians, to kill the public option or to kill any real reform while pretending otherwise, like the trigger. 5 years later, yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry about it. Or we'll do co-ops that maybe can get off the ground and maybe can't, and it's all nonsense, right? It's an effort to kill the bill. But someone has come up with an interesting compromise that might be able to work. They say, you know what? One idea was we let the states do their own public options. Now, I didn't like that idea because it's going to be too weak. Because without the power of the federal government, it's harder to negotiate drug prices and other healthcare prices and bring it down for us, the consumer, who's buying that kind of insurance, right? And it's harder for the state governments to set it up. And it's going to be a hell of a thing. Okay, after a while, California finally gets it up and running, and then maybe another state, and then there goes another 5 years and 10 years and 20 years. It's a way of kind of avoiding the issue. But get a load of this idea. They say, how about if the states can opt out of the public option? So yes, we have a public option. It's done by the federal government, so it has enough power to bring down prices for consumers, the people buying and using the insurance. But if a state doesn't want to participate, they can opt out. So I'll pick a random state. Mississippi wants to say, hey, you know what? We're not interested. That's a damn liberal program, and our people don't want it. And they opt out of it. There's different possibilities here. The government can make a decision depending on how they write the law. Or they could have a referendum, but they have to somehow actively say, or it could be the state legislature, actively say, no, we don't want to be part of the public option. Now, that's a compromise I can live with because it gives you another option on top of an option. If you don't like it and you think it's terrible and it's a government-run program, well, don't get involved. And you know what's going to happen? A bunch of the conservative states, as always, will do great damage to themselves in not getting involved. But my guess is that it will work in the states that use it, and then the good people of Alabama will be like, well, how come they're getting it so cheap over there in New Jersey and we're not? Golly gee willikers, maybe we should get involved in that program, right? Because then they don't have to worry about pre-existing conditions and rescissions, and they have peace of mind, and it's cheaper than our private insurance. Now, that's my guess, but look, that's the beauty of the public option. If it turns out I'm wrong, and New Jersey goes for it, and Alabama doesn't, and the public option is not any cheaper in New Jersey, or it doesn't cover people as well, well, then it'll die out, and Alabama will be proven right. Everybody's a winner. You literally can't argue with that. If you're so convinced that the public option won't work, great, opt out of it, and you'll be proven right. Right? Right? Now, of course, the insurance companies aren't going to like this. They're like, because what they're afraid of is that it is going to work. And that's why they've been trying to kill it this whole time. Now, look, this is my proposal. Look, this is a good compromise. And like I said, if you're a Republican or a conservative and you really believe in the power of your ideas and you believe that the public option is definitely wrong, this will give you a chance to prove it, right? So I don't think you can argue with it. Of course they will, right? But logically you can't argue with it. So I would propose that they give this as a last chance saloon. Look, if you're an Olympia Snow or you're even those corporatist Democrats like Baucus and Conrad, okay? If you don't sign on to this compromise, that's it. We're going with a strong, robust public option, and we're going to shove it down your throat, and we're going to get it done, okay? This is the last possible compromise. We can live with this, but we can't live with anything more. We already compromised away the single payer. We're already compromising away a real, strong public option that applies to everybody, et cetera, et cetera. This is the last compromise. And if you don't sign on board, okay, then we don't do it. Not like the other ones, like they did in the Finance Committee. Compromise, oh, you still didn't vote for it? Oh, we keep all the compromise. No. If you don't vote for this, we don't keep it, okay? We go to a strong, robust public option for everyone. That would be my proposal. Now, let's see how it plays out, but give credit to the Democrats who came up with this. So we'll see if it builds some sort of momentum. Now, meanwhile, Lindsey Beyerstein over at the Media Consortium is reporting that the senators finally got wise to the idea of that we've been suggesting on the show for I don't know how many months now. They're like, yeah, wait a minute. If we just get everybody to sign on to not join a Republican filibuster of this bill, then they could vote against the bill and we still get 51 senators and we still pass a strong health care reform with a public option. Hello, McFly. But great, because that's apparently gaining momentum in the Senate. So this, combined with this new compromise idea, maybe that's something we can work on. A little bit of hope today.